You think your life is hard? You think waking up early, following through on your goals, resisting temptation? You think these are challenges? Let me tell you about a real challenge. My name is Marcus Aurelius Corvinus, and I served in the 10th Legion under Emperor Trajan. I've marched through deserts where men collapsed from thirst before they ever saw the opposition. I've stood in formation while arrows blocked out the sun. And I'm here to tell you, the greatest opponent I ever faced wasn't across a field. It was inside me. It was the voice that whispered, "Rest, give up, you've done enough." Today, I'm going to tell you about the one moment that forged my discipline like iron in a furnace. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to forge yours. It was the winter of 105 AD. We were stationed at a fort along the Danube, far from Rome, far from anything civilized. The Dacian tribes had been raiding our supply lines, and we were ordered to hold the frontier no matter what. But here's what they don't tell you about being a soldier. It's not the confrontations that break you. It's the waiting. It's the boredom. It's the endless grinding routine when every fiber of your being screams for comfort. That winter was brutal. Snow piled higher than a man's waist. Our hands cracked and bled from the cold. And every single morning before dawn, we had to rise for inspection. Full armor, weapons polished, formation perfect. No exceptions. I remember one particular morning. I'd been on watch the night before. 4 hours standing in the freezing dark, listening to wolves howl in the forests beyond our walls. When I finally collapsed onto my bedroll, my body felt like it was made of stone. I closed my eyes, and what felt like seconds later, the horn blew for morning muster. Everything in me wanted to stay down. My body ached, my eyes burned. And here's the thought that crept into my mind. Who would even notice if I was a few minutes late? I was on watch all night. I've earned this rest. Just 10 more minutes. 10 minutes. That's all it would take for discipline to fade away, because I'd seen it happen to other men. It starts with 10 minutes. Then it becomes, I'll skip the armor inspection today. Then it's, I'll clean my gladius tomorrow. And before you know it, you're the weak link in the shield wall. You're the man whose negligence causes problems for his brothers. You're the soldier who breaks when the opposition charges because you never built the habit of standing firm in the small moments. So I made a choice. With every muscle screaming in protest, I threw off that blanket. I stood. I strapped on my armor, every piece properly fastened. I grabbed my shield, my gladius, and I marched out into that frozen morning. My centurion, Gaius Fabricius, barely glanced at me as I took my place in formation. No praise, no acknowledgement, just a tiny nod that said, "You did what was expected." And that's when I understood something crucial. Discipline isn't built in the moments when you feel strong. It's built in the moments when you feel weakest, and you do it anyway. Let me tell you exactly how I transformed myself from that exhausted soldier who wanted to sleep through morning muster into a man whose discipline became unbreakable. Step 1. I accepted that feelings are irrelevant. This was the hardest truth to swallow. For years, I thought I needed to feel motivated to act. I'd wait for inspiration, for energy, for the perfect moment. But that morning on the frozen Danube, I realized my feelings were going to mislead me every single day. My body would tell me I was too tired. My mind would tell me I deserved a break. My emotions would scream for comfort. And if I listened to them, I would fail. Not sometimes, every time. So I made a rule. My feelings do not get a vote. When the horn blows, I rise. Not when I feel like it, not when I'm rested. When the duty calls, I answer. I stopped negotiating with myself. I stopped having internal debates about whether today was the day I could make an exception. The answer was always no. Step 2. I made the first action automatic. You know what I discovered? The hardest part of discipline isn't doing the task, it's starting the task. That moment between lying in bed and putting your feet on the cold floor. That's where discipline lives or fades. So I made the first action so simple, so mechanical, that my brain couldn't interfere. When the horn blew, my body would automatically swing my legs out of bed before my mind could protest. I didn't think. I didn't decide. I just moved. One foot, then the other. Then I was standing. Once you're standing, the challenge is half won. Once you're moving, momentum carries you forward. It's staying still that stops you. I applied this to everything. Armor. First buckle goes on automatically. Training. First strike with the gladius happens before I think about it. March. First step into formation. No hesitation. Remove the decision. Make the first action a reflex. Step 3. I visualize the consequences of failure. Vividly, every time I wanted to quit, I forced myself to imagine what would happen if I did. Not in some vague, abstract way, specifically, viscerally. I imagined the Dacian warrior breaking through our line because I was too weak from lack of training. I imagined my brothers calling my name in engagement, needing me, and I wasn't there because I'd been soft. I imagined the disappointment on my father's face if he heard his son had dishonored the family name. Consequences are a tool. Use them. Your brain is wired to avoid pain more than it seeks pleasure, so make the pain of failure more real than the temporary discomfort of discipline. Step 4. I found proof in small wins. After that first morning when I forced myself up, something changed. I had evidence. I had proof that I could override my weakness, and that proof became fuel. The next morning was still hard, but now I could tell myself, you did it yesterday, you can do it today. And I did. And the next day I had 2 days of evidence, then a week, then a month. Every small win became a brick in the fortress of my discipline. And here's the secret. It doesn't matter how small the win is. What matters is that you don't break the chain. You show up. You do the thing. You add another brick. The Legion taught me this. We don't build soldiers in a day. We build them in 10,000 small moments of choosing discipline over comfort. Step 5. I committed publicly and made it sacred. There came a point where I realized private discipline wasn't enough, so I made a vow. In front of my century, all 80 men, I swore an oath. I vowed that I would never be the weak link. I would never let comfort steal my edge. I would never quit. Now it wasn't just about me. It was about my honor in front of men I respected. It was about the oath I'd spoken aloud, and that made it sacred. When you make discipline a private thing, it's easy to break your promise to yourself. But when you make it public, when you attach your honor to it, when you make it bigger than yourself, that's when it becomes unbreakable. Now, you're sitting there thinking, Marcus, I'm not a Roman soldier. I don't have centurions instructing me. I don't have 80 men holding me accountable. How do I build this discipline in my modern life? Listen carefully. The principles don't change. The arena has changed, but the challenge is the same. First, choose one non-negotiable. Don't try to become perfectly disciplined overnight. That's how you fail. Instead, choose one thing, one single behavior that you will do every day, no matter what. Not when you feel like it. Every single day. Maybe it's waking up at a specific time. Maybe it's 1 hour of focused work. Maybe it's exercise, reading, or saying no to a specific vice. I don't care what it is, but choose it and make it your morning muster. Make it the thing that proves to yourself every day that you are not ruled by comfort. Second, remove the decision. Set up your life so that your first action happens automatically. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Set multiple alarms across the room. Delete the apps that tempt you. Remove choice from the equation. Your future self, the one who's weak and tired and wants to quit, cannot be trusted. So make decisions now when you're strong that protect you from that weaker version of yourself. Third, embrace discomfort as training. You need to understand something. Every moment of discomfort is a repetition in the gym of discipline. When you're cold and you take a cold shower anyway, you just got stronger. When you're tired and you work anyway, stronger. When you want to quit and you don't, stronger. Stop trying to make life comfortable. Comfort is the opponent. Seek out small discomforts deliberately. Fast when you're hungry. Stand when you want to sit. Work when you want to rest. You're not punishing yourself. You're training yourself. The Spartans had a saying, train harder in practice, perform better when it matters. You think your life has no challenges. Your challenge is against the part of you that wants to stay weak. Face it every day. Fourth, track your chain. Get a calendar. Every day you complete your non-negotiable, mark an X. Your only job is to not break the chain. This is what I did with my morning musters. I kept a mental count. 10 days, 20 days, 100 days. The number became sacred to me. You will have days when you don't want to do it, but you won't want to break the chain. That chain is proof of who you are. It's proof that you're not ruled by feelings, by weakness, by excuses. Protect that chain like your life depends on it, because your future does. Fifth, speak your oath. Tell someone what you're committing to, not to ask permission, not to get their approval, to bind yourself with honor. Tell your family, your friend, your community. Say it out loud. I am committed to this. I will not quit. Now you've made it bigger than you. Now your honor is attached to it. And if you have any pride, any self-respect, you will not break an oath you've spoken aloud. Sixth, remember why softness limits you. Here's what they don't tell you in your comfortable modern world. Softness limits you slowly. It limits your potential. It limits your dreams. It limits the person you could have become. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you're choosing to stay weak. And weak people don't build great lives. They don't achieve their dreams. They don't become the person they're capable of being. They just exist, comfortable and mediocre until they look back with regret. Is that what you want? To look back on your life and realize you never pushed yourself, never tested your limits, never became strong because you were always choosing the easy path? The Dacians didn't care that I was tired. Challenges don't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care about your feelings. Results care about your actions. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. I'm an old soldier now. My campaigns are over. But I still wake up at dawn. I still train my body. I still live by discipline. Not because I have to, because of who it made me. That moment on the frozen Danube, when I chose to rise instead of rest, that was the moment I stopped being a slave to my feelings and became the master of my fate. Every choice after that became easier because I had proof. I had evidence that I could do hard things. You have that same choice right now, today, this moment. You can keep living the way you've been living, waiting for motivation, making excuses, choosing comfort, wondering why your life never changes. Or you can decide that today is the day you stop negotiating with weakness. Choose your non-negotiable. Remove the decision. Embrace discomfort. Build your chain. Speak your oath. Remember that softness limits you. The horn is blowing. The challenge is before you. And that challenge is the version of you that wants to stay weak. What will you do? Will you rise? Or will you roll over and surrender to comfort like so many others? I know what a Roman soldier would do. The question is, what will you do? Now go. Your duty calls.